We will start with our next session related with the next chapter, that is arithmetic progression. Now let us understand some basic things. Now if I write the sequence like this 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and so on. Now if you see the change here, 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 plus 2 is 6, 6 plus 2 is 8, 8 plus 2 is 10. Now each number what you get is nothing but 2 added to the earlier. Now if you go ahead with one more formula here, any term minus its previous term. Any term minus its previous term. Now any term you cannot take it like this because there is nothing behind it. So we have to start with 4. So 4 minus 2, because its previous term is 2 and you are getting a difference 2. Then it is 6 minus 4, the answer is going to be 2. Then 8 minus 6, you are going to get the answer 2. Similarly, 10 minus 8, we are going to get the answer 2. So we have calculated the difference and that difference is coming same throughout. That is why we call it as common difference. And that common difference is nothing but D. That letter is used. Now this particular term is called as first term of the sequence. So I write here the first term is nothing but A. Now there are two terms which we are going to use now. The first term of the sequence is A, common difference is D. This sequence where common difference is a constant, that is known as arithmetic progression. In short, we write down that as AP. Now this is called as first term, which is written as T1. T suffix 1. Second term is 4, that is what we write as T2, T3, T4 and so on. So if you go ahead, the nth term means whatever the sequence you have decided. Suppose you are deciding that there are 20 terms in that arithmetic progression, then it is going to be written as T20. Suppose you have 100 terms, then we will write T100. And there is a formula for it. Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. Please remember this properly. Nth term of an AP is given by the formula A plus n minus 1 into D. See, it is n minus 1 in the bracket and that is multiplied by a common difference. Now if you add this, for example, if you add it like this, 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 plus 10. Now what is the meaning of that? You have added 5 terms. So this is an arithmetic progression. 2 plus 2 is 4 plus 2 is 6 plus 2 8 plus 2 is 10. And that is why we call it as S, and here we write 5. That means we are taking a sum of, it is always written like this, sum of first 5 terms. It is what? Sum of first 5 terms of an AP. So there is a formula. Now what we have to do is, we will write the formula here, Sn. And that S means the sum. Sum of first 5 terms. You cannot take any group. You have to start with the first, and that formula for Sn, now n. Suppose there are 20 terms in an AP, and if you want to find the sum of all, then you will write S20. Now the formula is A plus, it is Sn is equal to n by 2 into bracket, here we can write 2A plus n minus 1 into D. Is that clear to you? Now we are going to have one more formula for this. It is Sn is equal to, starting part will remain the same. Here we have to write T1 plus Tn. This can be used if you know the last term. Now suppose this sequence is given to you, and if you are asked what is the value of S20, sum of first 20 terms, whether you know the 20th term of this AP, so our answer is no. So in that case you have to use this formula. But suppose I am asking you this part, S5, then we can use this formula because we know T1, that is 2, we know the number of terms, that is 5, and we know the last term in that sequence, because this is what we call it as finite, because there is an end to it. This one is called as infinite because we put dot here. Dot 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 means this particular sequence is not finite. Any number of terms we can go on writing. Here we are having a finite sequence having fixed number of terms, and that is why we have to stop somewhere. So we may take 6 terms, or we may take 7, or we may take first 10 terms. It is like that. This is what we call it as finite. This is infinite. Both are AP only. But if you know the last term, then you have to use the second formula. And if you know something like this, where the last term is not known, in that case you have to use this formula. So in all, there are 3 formulae we are going to have. Now which 3 formulae we have to focus on? See, common difference is always calculated by using this formula, that is any term minus its previous term. Any term minus its previous term. Then we have to use the formula number 2 here. Nth term of an AP. Nth term, the meaning is 5th term. So the value of n is going to be 5. 7th term means the value of n is going to be 7. Something like that. So Tn is for finding out a particular term, that is a plus n minus 1 into d. Now we'll go ahead with that. Sn. Sn means the sum of first n terms of an AP. There are 2 formulae which we are going to use. It is n by 2 into bracket 2a plus n minus 1 into d. This is the formula where you know first term only and the common difference. Last term is not known. In that case you have to use this. And there is one more formula for the sum, that is n by 2 T1 plus Tn. T1 means what? T1 means first term and Tn means nth term. Remember one thing, whatever the problems we are going to have, they are very simple. They are based on these 4 formulae only. There are certain basic assumptions we have to use in word problems, but that I will discuss later on. At present, you focus more on this formula only. Again, I repeat, Tn is a plus n minus 1 into d. Sn is n by 2 into bracket 2a plus n minus 1 into d, and Sn, there is a separate formula. When you know the last term, it is n by 2 into bracket T1 plus Tn. T1 means first term of that AP and Tn means last term of that AP. Is that clear to you? Now what we'll do, we'll solve some typical questions which you expect in the exam based on these formulae only. Here we have to be very careful about the language which they use. Suppose they are considering the numbers like this. First 10 even numbers, odd numbers, then definitely they are from AP, because even numbers sequence is increasing by 2. Same thing is with odd numbers also. Is that clear to you? Any combination when you are using, we have to first differentiate the terms. If it is the question related with term number, then you have to focus on this formula. If it is related with sums, then we are going to use the addition of all the terms, whatever they are expecting, then you have to focus on these two formulae. I think we'll start with some basic questions of AP, and in the next session we are going to go for some difficult sums which you may expect for 4 marks from this chapter. Okay? See, we are having one arithmetic progression given to you, 7, 13, 19, 25 and so on, and they are asking you to find T19. Now, this is called as term number 1, this is term number 2, third term, fourth term, we have to calculate 19th one. Practically, if you are given some objective question and if you don't know the formula, you can just go on adding 6 because of the common difference what we get. So I am writing the first part over here, common difference, and that common difference is having a formula like this. It is any term minus its previous term. Any term minus its previous term. Now any term we can take this one, that is 13 minus 7, common difference, we give the notation for that as D, that comes to be 6. Remember, these are the things which are important for application of the formula, and that's why we are putting it in a box. Now the first term of that particular AP, the first term comma A is equal to 7. Now we are asked this T19. So this particular question is related with finding out the nth term of that sequence. So we have to write the formula Tn. That is A plus n minus 1 into D. That is the first formula which we have discussed. Now we have to write T19 here. This is going to be A. That means it is 7 plus 19 minus 1 into D. D means 6. So now this is going to be 7 plus. Now can you take that as 19 minus 1, that is going to be 18. 18 6 are 108, and when you add it, you are going to get the answer T19 as 115. Now this is the question where they are asking you the term number directly. Which term you have to find out? 19th term. So we are using a formula. Same formula can be used for different questions. Let us see one more. There is a question there in your textbook. Question number 2 I am saying. The question is, how many terms, or specifically how many 3-digit numbers are there? How many 3-digit numbers are there which are divisible by 5. How many terms? In fact, the question is simply like this. How many 3-digit numbers are there which are divisible by 5? Now you tell me the first number divisible by 5 is 5 only. Then it is 10. But we have to discuss about a 3-digit numbers. So the first number, we have to write the explanation like this. 3-digit numbers divisible by 5. 3-digit numbers divisible by 5. The first number is 100. Next number, definitely it is going to be 105. Then 110. Then 115. And so on. And the last number, which is a 3-digit number divisible by 5, is 995. Now you tell me, in this sequence, each number what you get is nothing but 5 added to the earlier. That is what they have given, numbers which are divisible by 5. So we have to write the above sequence. The above sequence is an arithmetic progression. For that arithmetic progression, A means the first term, that is 100. Now we have to go for a common difference. Common difference के लिए we have to use the formula any term minus its previous term. That is what we have to write, 105 minus 100. Correct? And that answer we are going to get it as 5. And we have to write this now. See, in this particular sequence, we know the last term. So that term, we don't know which number it is going to be there, which term we are going to get. We know that the last term is going to be 995. So now we have to calculate n. How many terms are there? 20 terms are there or 50 terms are there? That we have to check. So now we have to use the formula Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. Now the nth term we know that it is going to be 995. Then A is going to be 5. Sorry, A is going to be the first term, that is 100. Then n minus 1 into D. D is 5. Now we have to solve this sum to get the value of n. Now what happens? 100 is to be transferred on the left hand side, that is 995 minus 100, that is n minus 1 into 5. This number we are going to get this as 895, that is equal to n minus 1 into 5. What should be done after that? It is 895 divided by 5, that is going to be n minus 1. Correct? This one is going to be 5 ones are 5, then remainder is 3, 39 is coming there, 5 sevens are 35, remainder is 4, 45 will be coming there, 5 nines are, that is equal to n minus 1. And now for finding out the value of n, we have to transfer this one on the left. It is 179 plus 1 is equal to n. So n is coming as 180. So there are 180 numbers which are divisible by 5. But specifically you are discussing about a 3-digit number. So your final answer should be total number of 3-digit numbers which are divisible by 5 is 180. So we have taken two problems now. One is directly if they are giving you the sequence, then they will ask you find out this term. So there we have to use the same formula. Now this is application oriented question. If you are asked to find the number of terms which are divisible by 5, then this is a procedure what you have to do it. But then that depends on this criteria. It is 3-digit number. That means you have to decide this properly. Now if your assumptions or if your sequence is proper according to the given conditions, then their calculation is easier. This, remember one thing, that this number whatever you are going to get, that should be a positive integral value. It cannot be fraction. It cannot be a negative number. So such kind of questions are also asked along with this. Let us go for one more term, that is question number. Now we are going to have the sequence given. That sequence is, there is one more question I am solving here. The first term that is given here is 11, then 8, then 5, 2 and so on. 11, 8, 5, 2 so on, and this is given as minus 151. Now what is the question asked to you? Which term of an AP is this? How many terms are there in this sequence? Just check that. First term is 11. That is what you have been given. Now common difference, many students they write directly their number as 3. But stick to the formula properly. It is any term minus its previous term, and that's why the answer is coming here as minus 3. So this sequence is decreasing. If you realize this, 11, then 8, then 5, then 2, and then later on if you go ahead, then you are getting a negative number. So basically we have to use this. This is what is important. If you write this particular D part properly, then I think the question will be easier. Now you tell me, the formula is the same that you have to use. It is A plus n minus 1 into D. Now you know the last term of that sequence. So Tn is here, that is minus 151. Then A value is going to be 11 plus n minus 1 into D. D means minus 3. Now I want to clarify one more thing here. If you are having the value negative in between, then you just don't write minus 3. You always put that in a bracket because there is multiplication involved. Now this is transferred on the left side. It is minus 151 minus 11, that is n minus 1 into minus 3. Then what? This number is minus 162. Then it is going to be n minus 1 and then minus 3. Can you tell me the next step? I think it should be minus 162 divided by, this is transferred on the left side, it is becoming minus 3. That is n minus 1, correct? Now this minus sign will get cancelled. This one is going to be 3 5s are 15, remainder is 1, and 3 4s are. So your answer you are going to get here as 54 is equal to, now there is no need of putting a bracket on the other side. This is transferred on the left. So it is 54 plus 1 is n. So n value you are going to get it as 55. This is the way in which you have to use the formula. I hope this is clear to you. Same formula we are using. Question may be asked in a different way, but stick to the formula. There are in fact 4 things available. The nth term, then A, then this n. Now if they are giving you the nth term, they may not know which term you are talking about. So there are in fact 4 terms available in this formula: Tn, A, N and D. Out of these 4, one will be given to you or one will be asked to you, 3 they will give you. So you have to identify properly which term or which letter they are discussing about. For simple reason, this sequence you can easily make out this is the first term, so write it, A is equal to 100. Then you see the next term and find a common difference, that is D. The last term is considered as Tn. So this question is for finding out N. Even this is the same question, but here the sequence is given to you. So this question they will ask you for 2 marks, but this one they will ask you for 3 marks. This is for 2, this is for 3, because this sequence is not given. That we have to find out and write depending on the condition given to you. So that's the difference. Questions are based on this formula only. But there is a major difference here. In this, arithmetic progression is directly given to you. Here, the arithmetic progression, we have to write it and then proceed further. I hope you have understood this. Let us go for the next question. Let us go for this sum now. Now I have written the direct thing, but in the exam they will give you 11th term and 21st term of an AP are 16 and 29 respectively. Find 41st term of that AP. Now this is the question which is again asked for 3 marks. See the method. Now this question is related with T. So I am writing a formula Tn. Tn is nothing but A plus N minus 1 into D. Tn is nothing but what? A plus N minus 1 into D. Now they have given T11. So I am writing T11 here. And that is what we can write. T11 is nothing but A plus 11 minus 1 into D, which we don't know. But now, after putting a value of that N as 11, T11 they have given as 16, that is equal to A plus, this is going to be 10D. And now we have discussed this in a linear equation. We never write the equation like this. So we have to write A plus 10D is equal to 16. Now this is my first equation related with first condition. Let us go ahead. Again we are discussing about the same thing. I am writing that formula once again. Tn is A plus N minus 1 into D. Now this is T21. This is A plus 21 minus 1 into D. T21, that 21st term they have given as 29. So I should write 29 here. This is A plus, this is going to be 20D. But the equation we have to write in this form only. That is A plus 20D is equal to 29. This is again a standard form of the equation. That is what we write as equation number 2. Now when you have got these two equations, for finding out T41 we require A and we require D, which we are not knowing from these equations, which we have to solve simultaneously. So I am writing here. Now this is what we have discussed in linear equation topic. Equations are to be solved by some method. That is one method, basic method what we have studied is equating the coefficients. The coefficients are equal for A. So what we do here, we have to subtract equation number 2 from equation number 1. I hope you are knowing this method. A plus 10D is equal to 16. A plus 20D is equal to 29. So when you subtract it, this is minus, this is going to become minus, this is minus, a gets cancelled. 10d minus 20d, it is minus 10d, that is going to be minus 13. So the value of d is going to be 13 upon 10. So d is equal to 1.3. We can write and we get the fraction like this. There is no problem with that. Now what we'll do is we'll substitute that value in the earlier equation. Substitute d is equal to 1.3 in equation number 1. Now I write a plus 10d is equal to 16. So I put the value of d now. It is 1.3, that is equal to 16. So a plus, it is 13, is equal to 16. Is that right? 10 multiplied by 1.3, I have written 13 here. So the value of a is going to be 16 minus 13, that is going to be 3. We get the answer like that, a as 3 and d as 1.3. Now these values will be used for finding out this. Now T41, it is Tn is equal to, the formula is very simple, it is a plus n minus 1 into d. Now when you write T41, that means you have to put the values of n and 8, a and d. The value of a we have calculated here, we'll put it here as 3 plus 41. The value of n will be 41 here. So 41 minus 1 into d, d is 1.3. Now we can write it like this. This is going to be 3 plus, this is 40 multiplied by 1.3. Now if you see the answer of this, now this 0 will make it 13 and 13 fours are 52. So the answer for T41 is equal to 55. Actually this is the question which is asked for 3 marks. Most typical question which is asked in the exam. Now you don't expect that the same question will be asked in the exam. They may change these term numbers and this content. They will ask you find a value, or sometimes they will ask you show that the 58th term is 70. So we have to calculate it like this. These are the 3 stages. First, forming the equations accordingly. After that we are going to have this addition, subtraction according to your requirement here to find the values of d and a. That means solving the equation simultaneously, that is going to be a important procedures in many questions. Once you are very thorough with solving the equations easily to get the values, this part is very much common in arithmetic progression chapter. Finding out the value of Tn, we are consistently using this formula. Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. As I told you earlier, that important format in boards, whatever you feel important, for example this question is, this particular equations are important, highlight this or put them in the boxes so that for examiner it becomes easier to check these steps. Whatever is important, I have written everything in the boxes. So the checking process will be much more easier and you will be ultimately benefited. Okay, I think we have taken these basic questions in this session. We will take one more session on arithmetic progression where we are going to do some difficult questions. I hope this is very clear to you. Okay.